Hi, have you ever felt that Italian is easier than French, especially at the beginning? You are not wrong, and today I will explain why English speakers feel comfortable in Italian faster. If you are an English speaker learning French or thinking about Italian, this video will help you understand the real differences with clear examples. Let me show you three reasons why most often Italian seems easier than French at the beginning. The first one is phonetics. Italian most often says what it writes. One big reason Italian feels easier is, as I said, phonetics. Let's look at these Italian examples. Look at this word. What will it be? Amico. Simple, straightforward. Amico. Pronounce everything. Amico, which of course is friend in English. What about this one? Telefono. Telefono, which is of course phone in English. Telefono. You see here that each letter has one clear sound. When I try to compare with French, which makes many people to go wrong, look at this word. Those who are learning French, many will say what here? They will say beaucoup. Why? Because they pronounce this P at the end. Beaucoup. Beaucoup. But in reality, it will be beaucoup. Beaucoup. You drop the P at the end. And of course, beaucoup is a lot in English. What about this one? Many people will say what? They will say what here? Fee. 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 See here that? But if you pronounce that way, what will you have here? If in this case we were talking about threads, the good pronunciation will be this, fee. But some who are still learning the language, what will they say? They will say feels, feels, feels. But if you are talking about threads, it will be feel, feel. But now, in case now that very word is to mean now son, pronunciation is completely different. It will be what? Feast, feast. You see that that very word has now different pronunciation depending on what it means, and this usually at the beginning is not easy. You need time and practice to master it. Yes, in French, spelling and sound often don't match, and that slows beginner down, so you need more practice. Now, regular pronunciation, almost no silent letters in Italian. Italian pronunciation is very regular. Just look at these Italian examples. What do we have here? Parlano, parlano. Straightforward. Parlano, that is they speak. You see, everything is pronounced. Parlano. They don't drop anything like in French at times. And that's why many people still get it wrong in French. Like this word, what we mainly say in French? Parlant. They want to pronounce everything. But the correct pronunciation in French will be what? Parle. Drop all this ending. It will be parle. That is, they speak. See, the letters disappear suddenly. Yes, for English speakers, hearing every syllable makes Italian feel safer and even clearer, especially when they begin learning it. Now, we also have what we call verb endings. They are really audible and logical. Italian verb endings clearly tell you who is doing the action. Let's look at this example. Let's take this verb in Italian. Parlare. Parlare, that is to speak. What do you have here? Parlo. Once you have O at the end, you know it's about I. Parlo, I speak. Parlo, I speak. The next, parli, you speak. Once you see I at the end, you know it's referring to you, singular. Parli, you speak. What about parla? When you have I at the end, you know it is he or she speaks. Parla, he or she speaks. Yes, in spoken French, many verb endings sound the same. In Italian, they actually hear them and then you feel the difference, which makes it easier again, as we said, to learn Italian when you compare it to French. Yes, Italian really feels easier at first, just as we saw, but don't be fooled. Italian still requires tenses, agreement, prepositions, structure, just like French. Real fluency needs guidance and consistency. And if you want a structured, beginner-friendly way to learn Italian, I created a Udemy course called Learn Italian from Scratch, Italian language for beginners. Just click on the link in the description to access it. It is really designed specifically for English speakers. Really, if this comparison really helped you, please subscribe for more language learning insights and comment below. Did Italian or French feel easier when you started? I would like to really hear your own experience. Thank you very much for paying attention.